Hey everybody. So before I start the commentary on this video, I am, as of the time of this recording, battling a bit of a cold and cough combo. So if I sound a little weird, I apologize. But other than that, let's get into the video. Recently, the PC gaming community has erupted in fury and contempt towards Epic Games and Deep Silver, and 4A Games has also unfortunately become embroiled in the crossfire. If you've been living under a rock, here's the short version. Metro Exodus, a game on many people's 2019 wish lists, including my own, is releasing soon on February 15th. However, just 2 weeks before its impending release, the game's publisher Deep Silver signed an exclusivity agreement with Epic Games, which made Metro Exodus an Epic Store exclusive on the PC, despite it being available on Steam for pre-order since it was announced and marketed as such. In this video, I'll be exploring the reasons why this is not only a bad decision, but also why it may have very lasting effects on the gaming industry and the PC gaming community in general, particularly in regards to their relationship with Epic Games. So the first reason I will discuss is the marketing campaign for Metro Exodus thus far. The game has been advertised from the very first announcement trailer to be released on the Steam platform. Many customers already purchased their copies of the game on Steam, while others like myself held off on purchasing it because we felt we would have the opportunity to purchase it on Steam leading up to its release and afterwards. For Deep Silver to pull the game from Steam just 2 weeks before release and notifying everyone on such short notice is not only a scummy move, but it could land them in some seriously hot water, legally speaking. I fully expect Deep Silver to get hit with a false advertising lawsuit, but even if they don't, they will suffer financially from lost sales, which leads me to my next point. Metro Exodus is going to sell very poorly on the Epic Store. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The large majority of the installed fan base for the Metro franchise is on Steam. The Epic Store doesn't have a large enough install base of gamers yet who are looking for anything other than Fortnite, which is really the only reason why Epic is in the position they're in financially to make these kinds of business transactions. The success of Fortnite is indisputable, yes, but that is what people go to the Epic Games launcher to play, and nothing else. So why Deep Silver expects everyone to jump ship to the Epic Store or entice newcomers to the Metro series is beyond me, because most of the people on the Epic Games launcher aren't looking to play or purchase other games in the first place. It pains me to think of how well Metro Exodus could have done sales-wise if it had stayed on Steam, essentially guaranteeing another entry in the series and future success as a result for the developers at 4A Games. Speaking of sales, one of the main reasons touted by Deep Silver as to why they committed to this deal was the generous revenue split between Epic and the developers, an 88-12 split as opposed to Valve's 70-30 cut from sales on the Steam platform. This is a reasonable thing for a publisher, let alone a developer, to want, especially in as financially burgeoning an industry as gaming. This revenue split provided by Epic may not work for them in the long run, but as an example to the industry at large, I can think of nothing better than this to show that in this day and age, with all the stories coming out about crunch time and strict deadlines for developers, a more generous revenue split is the best path forward for a healthier industry and the working conditions therein. This is perhaps the one bright spot in this deal between Deep Silver and Epic, and it is a point that I must concede. However, a point that I cannot concede, and the one that I find to be the most concerning, is Tencent's acquisition of nearly half of Epic Games' total shares. Who or what is Tencent? Well, Tencent is a Chinese conglomerate specializing in investments and funding of electronic equipment and software, including games. Why is this important? Well, Tencent has slowly risen to dominance in the background, and no one in the general gaming market seems to have noticed. They own almost 50% of Epic Games' total shares, and therefore has a vested interest in the company's future success, and that of Fortnite, which is currently the single biggest source of entertainment revenue in the world. They also fully own Riot Games, the team behind the most popular MOBA of all time, League of Legends. Oh, and they also own roughly 25% of Activision Blizzard stock. Do you see what I'm getting at here? A Chinese mega corporation is buying up stock in the most important areas of the gaming industry to do what exactly? Well, if what I've heard is true, and I'm not saying for sure that it is, but they are giving user information over to the Chinese government for intelligence purposes. Epic's launcher has had no shortage of hacking dilemmas in the past, so for a game's launcher to be this vulnerable is absolutely unacceptable. Metro Exodus is only a single-player game, granted, but what happens when The Division 2 launches on the Epic Store? That game is exclusively online. Can you imagine the storm that would fly if Division players' accounts were hacked and their personal info leaked onto the web for shady characters to see? This feeds into the issue of Epic not having even a tenth of the features and security details that Valve's platform does, as many people have already discussed at length. Epic wants to compete with Steam, but they are simply not going about it the right way. Forcing PC gamers to install a launcher to play a game that they've been drooling over isn't competition. Not really, anyway. People enjoy PC gaming for many reasons, one of which is that it is at its core an open platform. No one owns the PC gaming market, and we as gamers are given the freedom to choose how and where we play our games. But Epic are using a heavy-handed, brute force tactic that they feel they can get away with because they've got so much V-Buck money. This is the fine line that separates the console market from the PC market. And while the consoles have their merits, exclusivity is something that needs to stay on the other side of the line. Because as this situation is proven, the PC community will not tolerate having their freedom taken away. Metro Exodus looks absolutely stunning as both a game and a passion project by the talented people at 4A Games. However, I cannot in good faith provide their publisher Deep Silver with any of my hard-earned cash as a result of this poor and short-sighted decision. Metro's exclusivity deal expires on February 15th of 2020, and it is at that time that I will be playing Metro Exodus. I'm very saddened by this entire situation, and I sympathize with the team at 4A, who must be looking at this controversy and shaking their heads with equal amounts of disgust and regret. I adore the Metro franchise, and I will continue to support the developers, but it has to be on the customer's terms, and every decision made has to be made with the customers in mind first. I urge anyone who has yet to play 2033 or Last Light to purchase them both and truly admire the love and care that these people put into their work. Ignore the review bombing for a second. If you disagree with this decision but you still love the previous games, introduce someone you know to the series who hasn't played them and encourage them to purchase the games on Steam. With so much negativity surrounding Metro Exodus, it is important for us as a gaming community now more than ever to show both our support and our restraint. Be reasonable and understanding towards 4A, but let Deep Silver know that you are displeased with the current situation. These are simply my own thoughts and opinions on the subject, but now I want to know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree or disagree with this decision? Why or why not? Are you still excited for Metro Exodus after this recent controversy? Consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And remember that the outsider walks among us. Thanks for watching.